Hi friends, strangers, internet. My name is Emily, or Imperfectly Em. I love colorful makeup and colorful language. I am back after an extended break. Unplanned extended break for another episode of New Makeup Nonsense Bingo. Blah, blah, blah. Makeup Nonsense Bingo is a lovely collaboration that I do with two dear friends of mine, friends off of the internet and on. I created this concept and launched it with my friend Teresa of Teresa is Dead, and along the way Audra has joined us. Audra at home. This is a new makeup release style video that has a bingo game component to it along with a drinking game component. So I have an alcoholic beverage. We have bingo cards. It's also kind of like an open tag for the community. If you are a creator that wants to do this video, the invite is always open. We have hashtags and the bingo cards linked in and listed in the description box, and a community playlist that if you find me somewhere on the internet, I can add your videos to the playlist once the video is live. We are back after a bit of a break for holidays and work and illnesses and all of that. It's a new year, it's 2023, but it's the same old makeup shit, okay? We have quite a variety of things happening this video. I'm gonna go through them at random. I'm going to drink my beverage and play bingo. First up, I'm going to show you all of the products I might possibly talk about today. Oh, I didn't even mention, I also have a shiny brand new upload day and time. So happy Friday if you're watching it the day the video goes live. We are giving this Friday thing a try. So anyway, I'm gonna show you all the possible products. If there's anything I don't get to talk about that you have your eye on, you can also leave me a comment because I will take care of that in a future video. But most importantly, if you like colorful makeup, if you like bitches with lots of opinions, or you just like cute fat babes, I hope you will subscribe to this shit show. I saw this product and I really thought I was time traveling because this release is giving me major Becca energy. ZC has a new Planet Press setting powder. It's $20, soft focus with a natural shimmer. The powder is hydrophobic, which means it does not absorb moisturizing oils, and moisture droplets can be rolled freely without water stains. I'm not sure what that means. There's the imagery, the packaging, and the color of it, along with the embossed pan, just is anybody not feeling like Becca 2019 with this? I that's not even necessarily an insult. I just had a moment of like deja vu. I do think that like finishing, pressed, setting, This is a setting powder, not a finishing powder. I do think it's interesting that like more brands are releasing a powder. Yet again, with a lot of releases, they're not always releasing a range at all. I was gonna say the best range, but this is no range at all. But like, I just got major copycat vibes, but I actually don't even know if Becca even had a powder. But like, if this had been a pure straight up highlighter, Becca. But I also like the aesthetics, and I never really liked the Becca compacts. So I don't know, I'm a little bit confused already. I feel like the release that has been a buzz amongst my indie colorful makeup community is the Odin's Eye single eyeshadow release. So this is a new collection of single eyeshadows. They are all shimmers or multi-chromes. There are 42 shades, and the prices are like $7 to $15. The shimmers are $6.90, and then the multi-chromes I think are like $14.90 or something in that range. And there is a 12-pan magnetic palette that you can get, and it's like, I feel like it's like 6-7 groupings of like, but like it's really, I feel like does cover a lot of the rainbow in terms of purples, blues, pinks, greens, oranges, reds. I love single eyeshadows. And I also think that Odin's Eye does a lot of really beautiful multi-chromes and shimmers. I am into this release. I'm not picking anything up right now because I'm not picking up anything right now. Anything. Also, there are kids outside. It's literally been quiet all afternoon until I started filming. I have no other choice but to keep filming. Just gonna say that in case you hear it, them. Although it might be right. Like, I've seen a lot of criticism of this release. I like it. I like the embossing. I appreciate that they picked a unique pan size and shape but also isn't so annoying. It's not like the unique Odin's Eye pans that are in the palettes where they're all askew. It's a rectangle. They can all fit nicely together, or you can pair them with square pans, round pans. Like, I like it. I like this release. I don't want all the shades. I think that there are some very spectacular stars in the show. I think the red shimmer that's in this collection is just breathtaking, and I think that there are a lot of very pretty shades. I think it's a nice addition to their line, and I personally am a fan of them. But you know, that's me. I also think the magnetic palette is cute. I think it's cute that you can slide a little thing in the cover of the palette. I don't know. I've seen a lot of like negative, or I don't know. There's been a lot of talk about this release, and I'm just like, I think it's pretty. Do I think it's groundbreaking? No. Does it catch my eye? Yes. But it's permanent, so like I'm not in any rush to have to grab them. I'm trying to keep my patience with that noise. I'm trying. It's Thursday afternoon. This video goes up tomorrow morning. I have to do this, and my brain is already at the limit. Sorry, y'all. I'm trying not to bring my mental illness to my channel all the time. It's not working. I am going to say, put it on my... I'm saying put it on my face because I want to put it on my face. Let's just talk about a couple of Lunar New Year collections because we can't fucking escape the holiday collections. So I guess I'm gonna start with the better and then go to the worst, I guess. Where is it? I'm so flustered by the fucking noise outside that I'm losing my mind. It's long gone. What am I saying? So Charlotte Tilbury has its fan favorite products in a New Year plum blossom print. So there's a Matte Revolution lipstick, the setting spray, the magic cream, and then the airbrush flawless finish. Here's the thing about this release. I don't care about any of these products, and I think that Lunar New Year's is just yet another cash grab moment for brands. But the thing that I actually appreciate, I'm going to give the brand a little credit on, is that the powder is released in the 4 shades that the line is available in, and the compact is actually refillable. Now, I don't know how active the brand has been at being able to buy refill pans, but I remember when the powders and the bronzers first came out talking about that they were refillable, blah, blah, blah. I think that, like, if you're going to offer a special packaging thing, having it be refillable and I guess hopefully nice. I don't know if the quality of this packaging is nice, but having it be refillable makes so much sense, because then you have hopefully a product that is a go-to for you that you're using pretty regularly, that has this beautiful packaging that you get to see every time, versus some random lipstick color you may or may not use that often. Even the red, like, is that a red? It's red adjacent. I mean, and the spray bottle is nice or whatever. I mean, I'll be honest, I bought my first bottle of Fix Plus because it was in this beautiful moon and stars packaging. So, like, and this is not even fancy, it's just a little print on the cover. It's still, like, very much just holiday branding, just cash grabs, like. But when I compare it to the Pat McGrath Lunar New Year's release, I have problems. So Pat McGrath is releasing Matte Trance Rouge, a red lipstick with like a flower embossing, very reminiscent of ZC Florace's Flower Nose, a lot of those like highly embossed, those brands that do the highly embossed lipsticks. And there's a setting powder that I guess, I can't tell if the packaging is nice or if it's just the outside box. But then they're re-releasing the an eyeshadow quad, the Voyeuristic Vixen eyeshadow quad, which is a very basic kind of neutral quad in some red packaging. I will say the red lipstick case is cute, like with the gold lines and the gold lips, but I think the choice of now this is coming from East Asian and West Asians that I have been listening to in comment sections and discords talking about this release. I think the choice of the Voyeuristic Vixen quad for Lunar New Year's feels a little like exotization, fetishization. It's just a little too weird. It's just a little too, like, you know, it's just a little much. It's just a little much. And the reality is that, like, Pat McGrath has released multiple neutral or neutral adjacent quads that would be good resellers in theory. But just the choices are so, like, I mean, we already knew. We already knew from the Star Wars release. I have known for, I feel like, quite a few years that there are a lot of very phoned in releases for this brand. But I don't know, this is just like the cherry on top of the shit sundae after the Midnight Sun sticker debacle that I knew was going to happen. And was proven. Not proven.
The Pat McGrath Labs Instagram account blocked the creator at Monica Bell Makeup after she posted the reel showing the sticker. She is a longtime PMG customer, too.
So I'm going to give Charlotte the We Can't Escape the Holiday makeup square on the card. But Pat is giving, yes, give us nothing. Just nothing. It seems like Too Faced has rejoined the blush party. They've been having blushes some here and there, but I remember as an old bitch in the makeup space, as a makeup historian, as a person who's had makeup as their special interest for going on a decade plus now. I remember when the heart blushes from Too Faced were discontinued, and I felt like everybody was pissed off at that. And they were cute, and I thought that they were good from the ones that I tried. I think I liked them. So they're coming out with this Cloud Crush Blurring Blush. They're $29 each. It looks like there are 6 shades. It's an airy, diffused blurring blush infused with flower extract blend. Tropical beach scented. So I'm guessing buttery coconut. There's a new Brown Better Than Sex mascara. There is a Cheek Popper blushing highlighter and a pink liner. And then there is this Pinker Times Ahead palette that really looks like they took that miss of a Too Femme palette and just repackaged. They didn't even change the packaging. I think they just dug out a few shadows and put in some new ones. I know that's not actually how it works, but that's how it works in my brain. It's just all very like if Too Faced of 2018, 2019, maybe released this, I maybe might would have been like, oh, cute. Now I'm just like, okay. There was a point in time where I was so obsessed with the Tutti Frutti blushes. I didn't even own any. I was so sad I didn't own any. And then I finally bought 2 of them. And I think at the same time or right after, I bought the Cover FX monochromatic blush duos. And I was instantly like, why did I buy the Tutti Frutti blushes? Not saying they weren't good or they didn't have their space, but anyway. I actually think that the Too Faced blush packaging could be cute because it looked like the covers of the blushes matched the color of the blush inside. But everything just like Pat, but even worse, everything feels very phoned in. I think there's still some weird part of my brain that wants to be excited by Too Faced, but I'd rather not. But you know what? I will say, I will end this product conversation saying, I can't promise I wouldn't buy one of those blushes, depending on reviews and accessibility for me. I mean, I'm a blush slut through and through. Oh, this is not that kind of movie. But I almost okay, take a breath and take a drink. Y'all, we have to talk about the palette from Touch of Glam. So, I'm an indie makeup lover. I'm an indie makeup lover. But when things are questionable, I'm gonna talk about it. I'm an indie makeup lover, and I'm also a very critical bitch who likes to / tends to criticize things that they appreciate and love or admire. I'm not saying I love this palette. Let's make that clear. So, Touch of Glam has this new Not Your Basic Batch palette. It is a pre-order that is already opened up, and the palette will approximately start to ship from February 20th. This is a 9-pan palette. It's a complete multi-chrome palette. It's 26 millimeter pans, and it looks like the palette is magnetized so you can take the shadows out. They're not selling the shadows as singles. They're only in the palette, but it is customizable in that way. So this is from the photos, they look like 9 multi-chrome eyeshadows. This palette is It is $160. Now look, I have seen a lot of swatches for this palette. But I cannot comprehend how this felt like a smart business move. Or even a smart or interesting creative move. These shadows do not look that different. I know some of the swatches make them look bad, but I personally find that for the choices, I would have expected more variety. I think this also underscores the nature of multichromes, especially black-based multichromes or gray-based. I think these are black-based multichromes. They could be gray-based. They could be not black-based. But I do feel like that there is a level of kind of like limitation in terms of just how many you need to have a good variety. I haven't even touched on the theme, the graphic design, the shadow names. So even if all of that was a-okay, I still feel like $160 for 9 multichromes, many of which look very close in my personal opinion. Go ahead and edit in "that's my opinion" here, Emily, because you know you want to use it.
That's my opinion!
In my opinion, a lot of them look similar or close. It's about $17 per shade, somewhere between $17 and $18 per shade, before any kind of influencer creator codes, which use them. I know I can spend $160 or $150 or $140 really thoughtfully and get like at least 9 shadows that like are for me, are what I want. And not be stuck with the specific brand's choice. So that's like my thing. And then, look, I'm being pretty fucking honest here, which will probably ruin me from getting indie PR ever again. Not that I get much of any. Thank you, Teresa and Tina. Thank you. But the theme, I can't. It's like Sugar Drizzle got a sugar daddy. And like, look, I think that Sugar Drizzle at their price point, what they offer, seems fair, even if I don't like their clip art covers and design. But the cookies, the names, the capitalization and punctuation of the shadow names, it is really hard for me to say, even if you have no multi-chromes and you want to start somewhere, it's still really hard for me to recommend this palette as a place to start. I don't love the use of the word crazy either. I'm working on it myself. I know I just said it out loud. I'm working on it and not using that word. It is ableist, and even if you're saying you're that unlovable, it's still like, yikes. I just really, when it comes down to it, honestly, honest to God, if I was going to recommend somebody to start somewhere with multi-chromes, if they had none and they really wanted a palette and one of the Danessa Myricks Lightworks palettes were in stock, I would recommend that one. Otherwise, I would recommend picking out a handful of specific multi-chromes that draw you in. This one is just, and I've had like a good 2 weeks, it feels like, to like talk about this with other people and sit on it and think about, and like, I get that not your basic batch. Somebody explained this to me. It seems like it's like not your basic bitch, like neutrals that are interesting with the neutral multi-chromes. I still don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I'm not sorry. I'm not sorry. I don't like it. And in case anybody cares about my fucking opinion, I feel like if you have yet to try multi-chromes and you're not opposed to single eyeshadows, buying yourself a like four multi-chromes, get yourself one of the affordable little Makeup Forever quad, like they're I don't have one nearby, do I? I have their this is the next size up or whatever. It holds 8 shades. But like, if you're not opposed to that kind of packaging and you want to spend, like, get yourself 4. Get yourself 4. But this, like, 9 of them, $160. I'm sorry, I can't. Okay, I need to. What is this? What is this? What is this? Because it's evoking peaches. It's evoking booty. I know probably for people that actually use plugs that go in the peach, this is probably not actually as evocative, but for me and my immature brain, this Sephora collection release. So this is an eye brush collection, and then there are the Feeling Groovy sponges and the Feeling Groovy yellow jade eye massager set. So there are 2 mushroom sponges and 2 mushroom adjacent jade eye massagers and some brushes. I mean, those brushes don't look, I'm sorry, those brushes don't, I don't like those shapes. Like, none of those shapes. No, I don't. But also those eye massagers, my brain is so fucking immature. And like, I think the like groovy mushroom theme is such a cute idea. But this, is there more? I'm gonna look and see if there's more to this collection than what I'm seeing, because it just feels like, huh? So I'm a little confused, because I did think I saw like a different Sephora collection post, and yes, there was, but it's for destinations. I thought maybe this was eyeshadows to go with the mushroom brushes and shit. No, it's just a bunch of destination eye palettes and color shifter mini palettes and glosses. I call them Gloss Bomb, which, okay, heading for Fenty. I mean, they're named after Fenty. They kind of look like a stretched out juicy tube. But these are fine. I don't know. I don't hate some of the color stories in the palettes, but I've not heard the best about the Sephora brand formulas. Like, I don't know. Maybe they are good. I'm just gonna say, as a disabled person with a body that could be very easily broken, I'm still jaded about things being named destination or travel related, considering that the pandemic is still a thing. But I know I'm a fucking party pooper. So anyway, Sephora coming out with a bunch of collections that okay. I'm just calling it same shit, new packaging, because I know they've released all these eyeshadows before. They're just reconfigured, which I guess is fine. I want to talk about a Morphe palette, but mainly in the scope of like good riddance Morphe. Look, I know Morphe isn't gone. I know they're not gone. But all the Morphe physical stores have closed. And I'm trying to find the palette while I'm talking, and it's probably very obvious to you, but I think I'm being smooth, and I'm not, because I'm pausing like a person that pauses. I was gonna insult myself, and I was like, there's no need for that. Let's look. Hold on, please. So, unsurprising on all fronts, Morphe has released an Ultra Lavender 35L palette that is like 10 lavender-esque shades and 25 browns. I say like it looks like there's barely any pigment, just like a whiff. And some eyeshadows or liquid eyeshadows or glosses. I don't know. Bullshit. Not lavender. Do a purple palette, you fucking cowards. I've lost patience with everything, so that's where I've been lately. But also, because I know it's been in the news, Morphe is closing all of their retail storefronts. Or they're already closed. They were closed by like day after Christmas. And I'm not surprised. First of all, they invested in the poison sinking ship that is Jebediah Stinkfish, or Jeff, as Audra likes to say. Give him credit where credit's due. They invested in that. That failed them. Like, when they got into Ulta, I was like, I don't like you as a brand, but that's smart. So I don't understand why they needed a retail storefront. And they were carrying other brands and like, cool, whatever. But I really do think that the fact that they dropped that brand, rightfully so, kind of was it. And I mean, their other cash cow, the groomer, also not being as much of a cash cow. Allegedly, supposedly, do not hold me accountable for anything. Thank you. That's the thing, is that like, I personally felt like unless you were casually browsing, or I guess as a teenager, you might have gone into the Morphe stores. But I felt like the reason people really flocked to the stores was for the releases of that Pink Star brand. Because if I was living close to a mall with one of their stores and I was buying from that brand, it would make a whole lot more sense to just go in store and buy it than wait for shipping and shit. And especially as like highly covetable bullshit. So yeah, I'm not surprised. And if they close these stores without severance, or like, if I don't know for a fact that they like mistreated their retail staff, but I also would not be surprised. I also think that maybe people also underestimate the complete lack of benefits that most retail workers have. Yeah. So this is a boring as fuck release. It looks like a palette that they've definitely done before. And like, I don't think Morphe is going anywhere per se. But I do think their era of existing in the way they did, hopefully, is kind of gone. Also, they thought their silver bullet was gonna be Ariana wears 30 different shades of foundation based on her mood grande. Mistakes were made. Also, I really do think these brands underestimate the dollar value, the money that older folks have for their brand. And I'm not talking like retirement age. I mean, looking beyond the like 16 to 25-year-old range for your ambassadors and shit. Like, I'm not an older bitch with money, but I do know older people that have money to spare, and they are putting it towards their hobbies and their joys and their special interests. So, like, maybe stop looking at Charli D'Amelio for brand deals, because 16-year-olds only have a certain amount of spending dollar. I'm just gonna say, Junk Me is interested in the Cosas blushes. So, Cosas is... excuse me. Cosas has sneak peeked the baked blushes that have skincare actives and dimensional color duos. I'm not interested in the skincare of it all. I also think Cosas is kind of shooting themselves in the foot, being as temperamental of a clean makeup brand as they are, from the rates of expiration that I have seen on their makeup. But I still think these blushes look interesting. And here's the thing. I swatched the bronzers in the store back when that was more accessible for me quite a few times. And I felt like the finish on the bronzers were just so nice. But like the 3 shades of bronzers they had were very orange. At least the ones that I could possibly work with. They felt very orange in the swatch. So I never bought one. But I felt like the finish, the texture was very nice. So seeing the blushes in that same baked formula, mixing colors, like, I'm not mad about it. Drunk me could buy one of these. I say will, and I'm like, I don't know. But like, I do think that this is about damn time. I'm in a mood today. Can I just tell you the nostalgia that came to mind when I saw Colored Rain reveal a skin foundation stick product. Colored Rain has revealed the new multi-use skin sticks in 26 shades coming soon. Key ingredients: vitamin E, jojoba oil, and hydrogenated coconut oil. So buckle up, kids, for a ride. Although I hope it's not a long ride because I'm kind of tired of listening to myself talk. Colored Rain, years ago, they were like one of my first introductions to single eyeshadows and to really colorful eyeshadows. So like, much love for that. Years ago. Before they discontinued the single eyeshadow stuff, which I get, I understand. But before they did that, again, years ago, I remember the owner at the time. I assume she's still the owner. Anyway, I'm going too deep. I remember the owner doing a sneak peek of foundation. And she put it on like her arm where there's tattoos, her hand and arm. And I remember it was like, she was like working it in to the hand. And it just looked beautiful. Beautiful, seamless, wonderful, gorgeous. Obviously you can't see everything from just like one Instagram video, not YouTube, one Instagram video. You can't see everything. But there was like a diehard audience of Colored Rain lovers. And I know a lot of us were like, oh my God, they're gonna do a foundation. It looks so beautiful. We were stans in that moment. And like, we kept waiting. We kept waiting. We kept waiting.
OMG, it was November of 2019. A lifetime ago.
Yeah. And then they discontinued singles, and for me, Juicy Boost happened, and I just saw this shift in formulas, and I was just like, yeah, I'm good. So to see this released now, I don't wish ill on the brand. I hope this is a beautiful product. I will not be trying it. But seeing it gave me some nostalgia for that era of Colored Rain. And it is pretty fucking rude of me to call that nostalgia, because I know that was not that long ago, but it is nostalgia in that way of like chasing a feeling that is not possible to achieve. There are so many releases, y'all. I'm trying to just like, I'm trying. Okay, so Elf has entered the color corrector game. So they have this camo color corrector, and they're releasing it in 5 shades: yellow, peach, blue, red, and green. I was almost gonna be like, I'm buying it for science, but I think this is the camo. I think it's named the camo corrector. Elf, your hydrating camo concealer is the tits. Your regular camo concealer, just the one without just camo concealer, is shit. Not the shit, it is shit. So like, I was curious, but it feels like this is a catfish of like, yes, you saw camo corrector. Just assume it's the hydrating camo. It's fine. Come in. The water is not too cold. But like, even for $4, I'm not gonna. I'm gonna wait for reviews. As somebody that really regularly uses the 3 LA Girl color correctors I have and has raved about them, I also fucking hate this packaging and would love to have something with a doe foot instead. But the camo concealer is a very different ballgame than the hydrating camo concealers. And I'm concerned about the camo concealer texture for a corrector. I personally, for my skin and for like the kind of skin moment that we are in right now, I feel like making the concealer, the correctors, the hydrating formula would have been much smarter. Oh, interesting to see Tarte coming for the Charlotte Tilbury audience. Tarte has the Sculpt Tape Contour, and it looks like the same packaging as the Charlotte Tilbury, the tube with a sponge at the end, but in an actual variety of shades. And I am pretty sure that the contour from Charlotte Tilbury is only in 1 shade. So, you know what? Go you, Tarte. You know what's funny? I think I was too old for the Winx Club, but I am pretty sure my gay ass was made for the Winx Club. I know it's fairies and they're colorful, and ColourPop has a Winx collection. So there are light sticks, which are their cream highlighter sticks. There is a glitterly obsessed body gel. There are face jewels. There are ultra glossy lips, and there's a 15-pan palette called Just Like Magic. I think at some point in time, the marketing verbiage for this palette mentioned multi-chrome. I think the Ulta listing mentioned multi-chrome. And I have a drink. Should I make another drink? Probably should make another drink. Oh, please. Cheers for my lightweight drink number 2, because I still have to edit and upload and do all that today. Am I a procrastinator? Or did I just cry off all my makeup yesterday when I was supposed to film? You decide. Anyway, Winx Club. My gay ass. Colorful fairies in like very stylized animation. Seems like something I would have been into, or I could be into right now. Anyway, the whole point is that like I'm not mad at this collection. I think it's fine. I think it's cute. I don't think it's gonna be a life-changing palette. I don't think it's actually gonna have multi-chromes. I think it's gonna have duochromes, which ColourPop has done for years now. Glass Bowl, does anybody remember that? Tea Garden? I even had Glass Bowl. That's how much I remember it. It's fine. It's fine. Like, I think it's cute. I think it looks like teenage makeup, and that's not an insult. It just is what it is. But I think it's interesting that NYX and ColourPop have recently had kind of like colorful cream highlighter sticks. NYX in the Avatar collection and ColourPop in this one. And I remember NYX having those kinds of highlighter sticks years ago when like it was after like ABH Moonlight and whatever, Moonstone and all of those. But it was like, I feel like it was before like Ritual Defy became kind of mainstream words before. Anyway, it was in this weird in-between zone because I remember looking at them quite a bit. All of that to say, it's interesting to see it coming back because I do sometimes think that like we had perfectly good products that brands just discontinued almost for hype or FOMO or something, and now they're back. So I'm not a cream highlighter person. I'm not a stick product person either, but it's fine. Should I like it? Should I have more of an attachment to Winx Club than I do? Show me the light, fellow queers. I'm here to listen. Or just be weird. I'm always here to be weird. Quick side note, Urban Decay has released a quickie concealer, which, if I'm being honest, I really have no interest in. I personally don't like the built-in sponge, but I'm gonna call this out because I like calling this out every time I see it. Urban Decay has actually used some arms in their swatches that are not from a size 0. I would call these chubby arms for at least 2 of them. And I fucking love to see it. I called it out when I saw it with Vanessa Myricks. I called it out when I saw it with About Face. Rare was the most recent one. Baby steps. Fat liberation baby steps. Fuck yeah. Ooh, okay. So Little Recipe has dropped a new avocado ceramide moisture barrier cleanser. It's a hydrating skin barrier strengthening cleanser packed with ceramides and pre and postbiotics to balance the skin's moisture barrier while effectively removing makeup. And it's $28. And it's photographed with their avocado ceramide recovery serum and their avocado melt retinol eye cream. And look, I tried a like travel size, sample size of the eye cream. I want a full size of that motherfucker. My under eyes really enjoyed it. It was really nice at the nighttime. The retinols didn't like irritate my skin in the way that I've had some other retinol eye creams do in the past year. I don't actually have any interest in the cleanser, but I just have to say, Glow Recipe, I think, is one of those brands that really like rides the line between cutesy and also functional. I'm not gonna say everything they release is game changing or life changing, but I do actually think it's like both cute and good skincare, and that's refreshing to me. Like I've said this before, I think I would have like a skincare collection of Glow Recipe for the both aesthetics and the functionality of it. Not that I've tried their whole range, but like, yeah. And I think having a cream cleanser is a really nice part of a skincare situation, because I will say sometimes I double cleanse when I have makeup on because, you know, but sometimes if I'm single cleansing, just like at the end of the day or at the beginning of the day, a non-creamy cleanser, like a gel style cleanser, or I have a gentle face bar soap cleanser too. Sometimes I just feel a little too stripping for my skin. So anyway, I'm a little partial to like appreciate what Glow Recipe releases. But mostly, I'm just like, oh, that avocado eye cream was so nice on my face. On my eyes, I should say. It's more skincare, but you know. It's, I'm attracted to the brand, okay? I just have to say, I find it really funny. I don't even know if this is in my folder of photos. I find it really funny that Makeup by Mario can release a foundation that is basically taking the name from a Surratt foundation, and everyone's like, whatever, it's fine. They didn't trademark it, blah, blah, blah. But Jaclyn Hill did that, and she, in my opinion, deservedly got roasted. I know it's different, a product versus a brand, but I'm just gonna say, I also find it a little questionable. This is one of those weird, like, a Freaky Friday moment. We have two different brands releasing lipsticks, but I feel like aesthetically they're like, actually, okay, let me explain myself. So, Makeup Forever has released the Rouge Artist Velvet Nude Soft Matte Lipsticks. 7 matte shades for every skin tone and undertone with moisture boosting hyaluronic acid 10-hour wear. And then we have the Hourglass Unlocked Satin Cream Lipsticks. Here's the thing, is that like Hourglass is known for the weird, skinny, long, elegant, tiny bit of product, but very pretty packaging. And it seems like they have released some standard gold packaging bullet lipsticks. And then Makeup Forever has been getting into this like elongated lipstick situation, which to me feels like, oh, you're a makeup artist and you want this lipstick to stand out in a makeup artist case. These are the lipsticks. I don't necessarily know if they feel more like easy to use or whatever, but like it's just funny to me that Makeup Forever's packaging is giving me Hourglass, but like not. And then Hourglass is doing a new form of packaging because I guess people got tired of getting like one lipstick wear out of a $45 lipstick. I keep pulling releases that don't have a square on the bingo card, and I'm annoyed. So wait, I totally skipped over this because I thought it was a repost of the Flower Nose chocolate box release, but Tarte has a new Sweet Tarte Cravings eyeshadow palette. It's a 9-pan palette that looks like a box of chocolates on the inside, and the outside has this, I'm gonna say, a pretty like reddy brown orange swirl thing happening. I thought this was, is it Flower Nose? Yes, Flower Nose had the whole chocolate Wonder Shop collection. They have it. It's currently out. This Tarte okay, but it's actually kind of cute to me. And that is a, you know what? No, Tarte exists in this weird, like, I think they do solid to okay makeup better than a lot of boring Sephora brands. I just don't care about them. But this actually, like, what? I am confused. I'm confused because I'm complimenting the brand. It's fine. It does, like, it's fine. It's fine. But also, like, it's fine? Tarte released something that's fine? It's definitely a moment that my brain is having trouble with. I actually think it's a pretty rosy brown color story too. Like, it's not for me, but like it actually to me feels like they took a theme and they executed it in a way that makes sense and looks good. And the packaging actually, in my opinion, looks quite nice for like Valentine's theme release that's also very like usable. I'm confused, but yeah. It's not bad. It's not bad. Okay, so this last release, it's not in our folder, but I have been filming for quite a long time. I need to hit bingo for my own sanity or lack thereof, and also I have so many thoughts. Of course, it's Miss Denona that I have so many thoughts about. So there is a new mini pastel palette and a highlighter. So for $27, you can get this 5-pan mini pastel eyeshadow palette. It's inspired by the coveted mini-sized pastel palette with 5 new shades and different finishes. Metallics. There's one vivid aqua green matte, a muted cobalt blue, and then 3 shades that they're trying to pass as like duochrome, multi-chrome things. But it's basically like a gold with some pinky, maybe green sparkles in it, a baby pink, and then like a shiny green. And then there's also the highlighter, the Pastel Plexi Glow highlighter. For $42, you can get a translucent alabaster base enveloped in a wash of shimmery pink, golden champagne, and icy mint sparkles with a gel powder formula. It's already available. It came out right after Christmas. Bitch, this is a gold highlighter. This is a gold highlighter with maybe some pink and green sparkles in it. The pan is like either oversprayed or poured in a way where it looks like pink to alabaster to green. So visually, I feel like it's tricking you into like, oh, this is a duochrome or a multi-chrome. No, it's just poured oversprayed that way. And the mini palette, why do you have a gold in a pastel mini palette? Like even the deeper cobalt, I'm like, okay, I get it. I can work with that. But the gold, you could have done like a lavender shimmer or a lavender matte. You could, like, what? I think it's so funny because like, I feel like these kinds of releases try to like, I feel like Natasha is like trying to be like, colorful bitches, we're for you. We're here for you. And then you actually get the makeup and you're like, you did not think about a colorful bitch in nary one of these decisions. Not one of these decisions were you thinking of colorful bitches. You're a goddamn liar. It just, I saw the Photoshop swatch of the highlighter and I was like, that looks like a whitish gold highlighter and it's being marketed as a pink to green. But your marketing images don't even represent that. And then I saw people actually apply it and I was like, oh, the marketing imagery is accurate. There is no multi-chrome. There is no duochrome. Like, how have we given this brand so much power in this fucking community? And I know me shit-talking the brand doesn't help because bad press is still press and all press is good press for a lot of these brands. But like, between that and like the sneak peeked Love Face palette, which like face and eye palette, which Natasha, you're using these sneak peeks, these leaks as a marketing ploy. So good on you for that, I guess. But it's like, what? Anyway, both of these releases just remind me that like in terms of like being a lover of colorful makeup, being a lover of like playing in different tones and finishes, and like, you don't even fucking go here. You don't go here. What the fuck? Like, the choices that this brand makes for people who enjoy working with color is pitiful. It's okay to be a neutral brand, but stop marketing yourself like you get us color lovers, because your product releases say otherwise. And I'm also kind of tired of influencers framing it as such, because no, that's not a colorful palette. That's a neutral palette with a couple of purples. Barely that. Leela, I'm talking about you. Anyway, I think I've been a straight up C word for enough of the time today. Yes, the noise has calmed down now. It's too late. We're not going back. The funniest thing is that my memory card just told me that I was done. And the way it made it sound like it had not saved anything I just said. So I've hit bingo. I've talked a lot of shit today, whenever you're watching this. And I hope you're glad I'm back. I'm trying, y'all. I'm trying. YouTube has been up to some shit. It keeps being up to some shit. My depression is up to some shit. If you've been around, you've heard me talk about it. But I just thought I would mention it in case you had not heard it yet. Anyway, we hit bingo. Yeah, I'm done now. So I'm going to call it a day. If you happen to enjoy this absolute fuckery, I would love for you to subscribe. Definitely go check out my friends Teresa and Audra if you've not seen their videos yet. And if you have come over from either of their channels and you've made it this far, mwah, all of the love to you. Thank you so much. Thanks to my patrons and my channel members. Y'all just keep me going. You just keep me going. So thank you for that. And don't forget to take care of yourself better today than you did yesterday, because you are worth it. Bye, friends.